Before starting, I just wanted to let you know that this reading blog is going to be full of spoilers. So if you haven't read the Cruel Prince, please don't watch this video. Hey guys, welcome to the Cruel Prince reading blog. Let's go, I guess. Hey guys, so I'm getting ready to read the Cruel Prince, and I don't have high expectations. I don't know why, but I have read that it's not really that good and it's a little bit toxic, but let's just read and see. Hey guys, so I've been reading a little bit. I'm on page 104. I must say that I like the book and I feel bad about it. I don't know why I feel guilty about liking this book. But I really like it. I like the characters, and I feel like Jude is a really great character. I feel like she's not going to be either good or bad. She's going to be like a very real character, and the same for Cardan. I feel like he's going to be the main character. I have read a lot of reviews. I haven't read any spoilers yet, so I'm kind of guessing things. One of the things, or the characters that I don't like, but the book is trying to make me feel like I like him, but I don't, is Lucky. I do not really like him. I feel like he's kind of like a fox or something like that, and he's hiding something. Also, Tyrene, I don't know how we're supposed to say her name, but Jude's twin, I don't like her. I think that she's a little bit of a coward, and she doesn't feel things. She looks more, or her character feels more like a fairy instead of a human. She is trying to not get on their way, and she's always talking to Jude about don't do anything that is going to bother them and all of that. Even if Cardan is really awful to Jude, and also Nicasia is also rude to her, and I don't know why. The book is telling you that it's because they're humans, and humans are treated as trash or something below the fairy, but that's still not enough for me. When it comes to Maddox, I don't know, it's weird. I like him, but I don't like him. I like him because of the past story. I feel like he was in love with this human and then she ran away, but also he has a very dark side, and I can see it. And that is not only me talking about how he killed their mom, and also the dad. I'm talking about how he communicates with them. I think he makes me remember, or I see him more as a samurai, or yeah, like a samurai. He has honor. He believes in honor and being proud of what he does, or about what he did in past lives, of how everything that he has is because he won in wars, and he's very into that. And I don't know, I see him as a samurai. I don't know why. I also do not understand the whole relationship that Jude Tyrene had or has with Maddox. He killed their parents, so it's really difficult for me to be like, oh, that's nice. Like, I have read some scenes where they would be so beautiful if he was good because they treat each other as parent and daughter, but it's difficult to get into that place just because of what he did, and we know that, and they know that, and it's difficult. And I think that the book is written very, very well, and that's how I know, is because I feel uncomfortable every time I read something like that, something beautiful that is supposed to be beautiful and make me feel like they're they are this beautiful family, but I know that deep down they're not, and I don't even have to go deep down. I just know. Also, and I'm going to be talking a lot about the characters, because one of the things that I do, or that I will do with this book, is look at what the characters do very closely. The Maddox wife, I don't remember her name. Oh my god, you can kill me right now and I will not remember her name. Oriana, okay. So Oriana, I feel like the book is letting you know how she behaves with Jude and Tyrene, but I think she's hiding something. Like, it's very, very, I don't know, it's something that is telling me that she's hiding something, and I do not know why. And it is weird how the author describes the relationship between Maddox and Oriana is more like a I don't know, friends or partners instead of lovers. And I do not know if that is because they're not supposed to love each other, just be husband and wife, but it's still very strange, that relationship. And also the way that Oriana behaves, and the relationship that she has with that's my dog, the relationship that she has with Jude especially is very, I wouldn't say problematic, but shady. And I don't know if she's trying to protect them but not letting them make any mistakes in those dances and when they're outside of their house, or it's just because she's the awful bad stepmother. I do not trust Prince Zayn. I do not trust him. There is something wrong with him. He's not such a nice person, and I don't know why, but I do feel like he's not a nice person. And there is a lot of comments about Balakin. Again, I'm so sorry if I don't say the names correctly, but there is a lot of comments about Balakin, and I feel like Balakin is going to be like the bad guy, but not bad, just like regular bad, like, you know, the villain that you have to have in a book for other people to seem good. But I still don't like Prince Dane. I don't trust him. I don't know why. I'm gonna keep reading because like I had to. And then I'm going to be talking to you about what I feel and what I believe, okay? Okay, so I'm on the part where Jude has her first mission as a spy and she went to Hollow Hall, and she started to look into it. And two things: first, the way that they described humans being intoxicated is so triggering. And second, the way that Cardan was just punished, the way that he said, "I'm not murdered," I feel like I knew it. I feel like Cardan, okay, so first, he's toxic. He's a toxic person, but I feel like the author actually humanized him a lot with what she just described. And by the small dialogue that I read in this part, I can see that he's someone who his father didn't actually care for him. So I can see why maybe he hates or acts this way against Yude, because she's living with a person who killed her parents, and still he treats her like Maddox treats her better than what the king treats Cardan, that is his father. So I can see the hate where it's coming from, and also he's being abused. So he's being abused by a human, because Balakin is not even capable of doing, or I wouldn't say that he's not capable, because I feel like he would be capable of doing it, but to give more to make it a bigger humiliation, he just lets a human punish Cardan instead of doing it himself. I feel so conflicted now. Okay, let me just tell you one thing. This thing that Cardan told you in the beginning, that he said, not that I be the first to green gown her. Is Tyreen with Lucky? Is she with him? Is okay, first, I do not like Tyreen at all. I prefer Yude because she's kind of real. I understand why she has that darkness inside of her. I don't know. I feel like she's not faking it, you know. But I do not like Tyreen. I have a brother, I have a sister, and more specifically with my brother, I wouldn't let anything happen to him, or if someone would dare to hurt him, I would be there like killing them. So I do not understand how my twin sister is, just because she's weaker, that's so dumb. I do not like her. That is something very personal, I think, but I do not like her. But it is so weird. I don't know, it's either Cardan or Loki who is with Tyreen, because she keeps mentioning this guy that, like she said, I want to be in love, or I'm going to fall in love, something like that. I don't remember what she said, but she said something like that, I want to be in love or whatever. I don't know. Loki, I don't like Loki either. He seems like a person who likes drama. He said so, that he likes stories, and when there is not a good story, then he will create one. I don't know why. He seems to like drama a lot, so I think that he's kind of doing, and I don't know. I'm gonna keep reading. Okay, so goodbye. Okay, so I'm just finishing this chapter, and this is the letter. Okay, it's not a letter, it's kind of like a piece of paper that she found inside of the book, like the Adventures in Wonderland book, and it only says Jude with, like, I'm supposed it's blood right there, and this is something that Cardan's wrote, and he's so obsessed with her, but you know what, he's in love with her, and he hates that. I think I feel like I know him, because I feel like I know every toxic person, or especially men, thanks to the telenovelas that I used to watch when I was a child. So yeah, he's obsessed with her. I don't know if in a very good way or a bad way, and I don't know if there is a good way to be obsessed with someone, but well, continue. Oh, I hate Tyreen. Oh my god, I hate her. So they're trying, or they want to make dresses for all of the girls, in the house. So Oriana called like a seamstress to make them dresses, and Jude saw a piece of fabric that she really liked, and then Taryn had to have it because she needed to be the most beautiful girl there. And Oriana even says, your sister found it first. And this is why I tell you that Oriana in reality is trying to protect them, all of them, against like the outside, because she's nasty sometimes, but not bad nasty. She's like just like a little bit shady, and she has bad experiences with humans, I guess. And that is why she knows that humans can lie and the fairy they cannot. So of course she's going to be alarmed by everything they do. But I think that she is actually like a stepmother, like any stepmother, not a bad one per se. I hate Tyrene. I don't know. At this point, I'm on page 146 and I hate her so much. I hate her character so much. I just don't understand her. And I think that I do at the same time. She's just like a bad person. She's the worst kind of bad person that there is, and that is the person who's bad but believes that she's good, and even when she does something bad she's going to keep believing that she's doing something good. So she's playing the victim and she's playing the good girl when she's not. But let's keep reading. Okay, hello guys. So I changed positions because I was sitting on the floor and my butt hurts. So there is one character that I haven't talked that much about, and one is because I don't think that he's very important to the whole story, and that is Valerian. And he seems to be a very violent person and who enjoys violence, but that's his main characteristic. So that is why I don't believe that he's very important. And I'm on the part where he's talking to Jude. She falls asleep, and so he's talking to her and he's telling her that he's disappointed that she said that she was going to like make life impossible for Cardan, and she's very busy. She's a spy now, so like whatever, back off. And he wants to fight. I feel like he wants to fight her, and he's the only one who actually wants her dead. I feel that, like, I can feel how he loves violence by the small things, or the small times, the little times that he has been in a scene. So he's like, call down to Cardan, tell him he's won, then jump from the tower. After all, being born mortal is like being born already dead. So he wants her dead, and I don't understand why, other than the fact that he likes violence. That's the only thing that I can come up with to understand why he's being like that. Because Lucky, I think he's trying to play her, and he's being very foxy. Nicasia, I think just because she's jealous and she's like a popular girl and whatever, like mean girls. And Cardan, I can understand because of the abusive relationship that he has with his dad and brother and basically everyone. And she doesn't, I guess. So I have like a couple of things for every character except Valerian. Okay, so this is too much. Okay, so let's okay. So Valerian tries to kill her and she stabs him with her dagger or her knife, and he falls to the floor, whatever. And then she's going downstairs, and Taryn, who's waiting, like, I guess in the middle of the stairs, it's like, Yoon, are you okay? What happened? So you know that your sister is almost like something bad can happen, and you just leave her there. Why? Because you said that you were not going to help her. Why do you make that promise in the first place? Why are you such a bad person? I hate Tyrene. And then after she gets down the stairs and all of that, she sees Cardan like there, and she's like, I could cut you too. And he doesn't know what she's talking about. He doesn't know what happened to her right now. So it's like I told you, he's not the bad guy. He's not the bad guy. He's kind of toxic, but not that toxic. And yeah, I do not understand what Valerian could I don't know what he's thinking. I don't think that he's a very important character to the story. I think that he's gonna have a couple more scenes, but I do not understand what he's doing in this book. Okay, so I have to stop updating you guys, or I will never stop. I will never finish reading this book. So she's talking to Jude is talking to Lucky, who I also don't like. I don't know why. And she's talking to him about what happened between her and Valerian, and about how Cardan reacted, that he seemed not to know what was happening. And Lucky says, okay, so Nicasia likes power, I like dramatics, and Valerian likes violence. And listen, he says, she's like, dramatics? Yes, girl, dramatics. And he's like, I like for things to happen, for stories to unfold. And if I can't find a good enough story, I make one. Oh, he's making a story of Jude, and I can promise you that he is with Taryn. That guy who is like, I'm going to marry you after the coronation, that Taryn is talking about. Okay, so I don't know why, but this seems cute, and I don't know, I must have issues. I have issues. I know that I do have issues, and especially when it comes to male main characters. But I think he's so cute when she says that his eyes are barely open, but I can see the shine of them with a star. He watches me as a girl kisses his mouth. I don't know why, but that's so cute. That's cute. She's talking about Cardan. Because I have issues. You have them too. Okay, so I've been reading a little bit more since yesterday. I fell asleep, and I've been reading today a lot because it's raining outside and I haven't gone anywhere, and I like to read when it's really raining. So I've been reading, and so there is someone called Lirope, and she is dead, I think. Yeah, she's dead. I think yeah, she's dead. She's Lucky's mother, and she died, and there is something weird going on, and the way that she died, I don't know, there is something that I'm not grasping, I think. And also I think she was one of the women, or well, like fairy female who was with King Eldred, is that the name? I'm not sure. So Jude went to Lucky's house or castle, I don't know, and she stayed the night, and she wore some one of the dresses that Lucky had in his house, and they were their moms. And she found like a corn. Was it a corn? No, it's not a corn. Is that acorn? Yes, so I was correct. She found a golden acorn and she tried to open it and it did, and then she heard these words: "My dearest friend, these are the last words of Liriope," that is Lucky's mom. "I have 3 golden birds to scatter, three attempts to get one into your hand. I'm too far gone for any antidote." So she was poisoned and she didn't have the antidote. And so if you hear this, I leave you with the burden of my secrets and the last wish of my heart. Protect him. Is she talking about Lucky? I don't think so. Take him far from the dangers of this court. Keep him safe and never ever tell him the truth of what happened to me. What happened to you, Liriope? What's going on? What do you do? What they did to you? I don't know. And then Jude, this video is going to be full of spoilers, I'm sorry. So Jude also, when she went to Hollow Hall, she found something that said like someone knew where the poison came from. I'm also reading the part where Jude tries to help Safi. That was an awful chapter. After all of the work that she put into it, at the end it wasn't good. It was not good at all. Yeah, no, I'm not happy with that chapter. No. Okay, so let's talk about Valerian. So I said that he wasn't that important to the story, and this is why he just died. Like, he just died. Jude killed him, and the way that she killed him is kind of, I don't know, I cannot concentrate anymore. He just went into her room and tried to kill her. What kind of sociopath or psychopath? I don't know. I told you, he only craves violence, and he was going to die because there is nothing else that he can do. If he is not giving anything to the story, to the plot, to the other characters, then why was he there? I do not understand. I think that the Valerian as a character was only in the book to kind of, for you to hate him and kind of make you realize that you could actually kill someone, because in the beginning of the book, Madog was like, "You're not a killer," and yeah, she is. She just killed someone. She just did. She just killed someone. So let's continue. And another thing, for what I'm reading, I don't think that she's going to have any consequences for what she did, which is dumb. Because he's supposed to be a really popular person, and you would guess that if he is not with his friends, or I don't know, someone would go and look for him, but she doesn't have any consequences because of what she did. No one, of course, knows that she killed him, but people would like ask, right? I don't know. Let's keep reading. Okay, so I was so right. So Lucky is an asshole, and Okay, so we're in the part of the book where they are on the palace of Elfheim and on the coronation night, and like she's dancing with Loki, and he starts like talking like weirdly, like, what's going on with you? And Cardan comes and wants to dance with Jude, and he's like, can we change partners? And Cardan then says, oh no, I forgot, that's your line. What's going on? I told you, I'm sure that Loki is the one that is with Tyrion. Oh, I hate them so much. What? Lucky says to Jude, do you love me enough to give me up? Is that a test of love? What? Man, this boy is crazy. And she knows. She knows. Jude knows. I mean, she has to know now. Like, she cannot be this dumb, right? She knows that he's the guy that is with Tyrion. I could not believe that Tyrion would do something like that. She's such a bad sister and person of all. What's going on with this book? Okay, so we are on the coronation and they're ready to crown Prince Dane, and walk Balakin comes in with Marak and all of the lieutenants and all of that, and Balakin kills his father. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it is. And Mandok, who was Dane's best friend, kills him. And now they're just looking for Cardan, because someone from with the king's blood is the only one who can actually put the crown in the next king's head, and that king has to have like the blood of the king of Elfheim, which was Eldred, that name, that old guy that was ready to die, and he did. The funny thing is that Jude is over there like looking at all of that. Okay, so Jude is hiding under a table, and here comes Cardan and takes her away from like the room where the coronation was going to be held no longer. And they have to pass by soldiers and all of that, and then this girl takes a knife and puts it on Cardan's neck, which is smart, and I'm not sad about it, so I think he deserves it. Okay, here it comes. Do you remember when I told you that I didn't like Prince Dane and I didn't know why? This is why. He killed Liriope, Lucky's mom. He killed her and the baby that she was waiting for. She was pregnant, and he killed her. Now I don't know if he killed her because it was his son or someone else's, like the king's, another son of the king, because he had an affair with Liriope, who was the king's, I wouldn't say wife, I would say like woman that he had relationship with. And Danes was having relationships with Liriope as well. Oh, okay, so there was a prophecy that said that if that kid was to be born, and then Dane would never be king. But he's not king, he died. So that baby was born. So, like I said since the beginning, Lucky's an asshole. Taryn is a super bad sister and person. And I think I hate Taryn more than I hate Lucky, just because she is Jude's sister. She let Lucky be with Jude just to show him that she could be like them. And when I say them, I say the fairy people, to show him that she could be like them and not feel, because supposedly they love different and they can even share and all of that, and humans do not feel like that. They do not love how fairies love. And it was kind of like a test for Tyrene that Lucky was doing, and he wanted to see which of the two was going to pass the test. This is so freaking stupid. They're bad people. I do not like them at all. And I do not care about Lucky's part, because like whatever, but the fact that she betrayed her sister that way. And then Jude is so dumb that she's willing to like fight with Taryn. And I do understand the part of like fighting. I think she wants to fight not because of Lucky as a person, as a lover, and more about the fact that you're my sister, you're supposed to protect me, and the only thing that you have done until now is let people do things to me because you're a fucking coward, and let your boyfriend or future husband play with me and my feelings, even though I do not believe that Jude was actually in love with Lucky. But still, that is so messed up, and Terry knew the whole time. Oh, that's so gross. That's so fucking gross. And then Tyrene is like, I don't wanna fight you. Of course, but you're not good at fighting, and you're a bad person, and you deserve to die. I'm so angry right now. I'm out of practice. I do not care. Okay, so at this point, I'm almost sure that Maddox is going to use Balakin's coronation when he tries to like get the crown, to put himself in the power, or to become the king. I do not know how, because you're supposed to be like blood, you're supposed to have that specific blood to be able to be king. So there is something going on, and I don't know, let me keep reading. Okay, so here's how. Do you guys remember Liriope, and who is Loki's mom, and Prince Dane and all of that? So they had a child. The child didn't die, and the friend that Liriope was sending those birds to was actually Oriana. So yes, Oak is not Maddox's child, and he is in fact Liriope's son, so Lucky's brother, with Prince Dane. So yeah, that's how Maddox is going to try and raise and get the power, putting the Oak on the throne. And after that, I think he's too little to like be a regent, so Maddox is going to use that time to take charge. Now everything makes sense. I'm so happy right now because everything is making sense. Okay, so this was a very big jump. So Judy's back into the Court of Shadows hidden place, and she's talking to Kurt Dane in Prince Dane's office, and she's like asking him a lot of stuff, and he's being very honest, so I really like that. He's talking about how he actually hates her because of the fact that his family didn't love him, but she is a human, a mortal, and Malak loves her like a daughter. So daddy issues when it comes to Cardan. And then he's like, I hate you for many things, whatever. And one of those things is that I cannot stop thinking about you. Not a surprise. I knew that that was coming, but what happened after that, that is kind of like a surprise. I feel like the author jumped a little bit. They kissed. They did, and I love that. But it was kind of like fast. I feel so sad and I don't know why. Okay, so she played Cardan so well. Wow. I need a minute. I need a minute to review everything that happened in the book. Yeah, I'll be back soon. Okay, so I am ready now to talk about the ending. I needed time to take it all in. So let's talk about The Cruel Prince, the book that we've been talking about this whole video. So I'm going to say that the rating that I'm gonna give this book is between 2.5 and a 3. Don't take me wrong, this book is good, it's really good, but there are a couple of things that I'm not happy with, or I'm not completely convinced with. I do know that it is a very popular book and I haven't seen that many bad reviews online, so don't come at me, this is just my opinion. If you see this video in the future, I don't know, and you want to read the book, read it. It is not bad, but I'm going to explain more. So first, the characters. The main character, which is Yu Duarte, she is made for you to not like her. She's not supposed to be this very good, amiable, beautiful, super good character that does everything nicely. She's not supposed to be seen as a good person. She's the narrator, so she's letting you know what's happening to her, and she is not supposed to be seen as a good person. So if you go into the book expecting her to be this nice heroine that is going to behave like a hero, she's not. She lies a lot, she makes a lot of errors, she behaves sometimes aggressively, violently, she likes violence at some point, like when you really look at it. Did I say that she lies? Yeah, she lies a lot. She's not that honest. She manipulates people, and I think that those characteristics are the ones that I really like. I really like that she's not a good main character. I mean, she's a good main character, but she's not a good person. This is supposed to be a enemies to lovers story, but they do not pay that much attention to the enemies to lover trope. It's just there in this story. I do like the twist. As you can see in the video, it kept me really entertained. I'm not going to say that it is a boring book, because it's not. It's really fun to read. I kind of tried to read it and then analyze everything that happened on that specific chapter, because I feel like I could guess what's going to happen next. So in some ways it was predictable, but it was fun to read. I do feel that from all of the characters, the one that I love the most and the one that I can either, not, I wouldn't say compare, but feel like she was feeling is Vivi, who's the older sister, the oldest one of the three. And I think she, even though is a fairy and not a human, she behaves more as a human. She has more of a grasp when it comes to reality. She wants to come back to the human world. She has the nicest feelings. I don't know if I had anything left to say about Tyrion and Lucky when it comes to the characters. I hate them, I don't like them. It's very difficult for me to feel either attached or for me to like Tyrion, because she is a bad sister, and I don't know, I feel like personally I do not condone that. I don't like it. I do not like it in a character, even if it's in a YA fantasy book. From the beginning, not from the beginning, but from the beginning of the story, I knew that I wasn't going to like Tyrion. It's a different kind of like bad person. When it comes to Jude, yes, she is manipulative, she is kind of bad, she do things that she doesn't need to do without thinking about the consequences. For example, what happened to Sophie, and she lies a lot. She's not a good person, but when it comes to her sister, she always tries to put her first in some ways. Sometimes, I wouldn't say again, she's not meant to be a good character, a good person in the book. When it comes to Cardan, I do understand his story. I do understand why he hates Jude, but at the same time, that is not an excuse to hate someone, or if it is, it's not an excuse to put someone in danger. And that's the part where I have a problem with enemies to lovers. Don't take me wrong, I love the enemies to lover trope because I'm a human and I love it. It is not very nice of me to say it, but I do enjoy reading books about enemies to lovers, but at the same time I always feel like it's a guilty pleasure for me, because I wouldn't be with someone who did something to make me feel bad or put me in danger, and then they said that they cannot stop thinking about me. It's very complicated. That's why I'm giving 2.5, maybe 3 to the book. And also there were some things about the plot that I wasn't happy about. I wasn't completely happy about. I don't understand how Jude, who's meant to be this human without like nothing else going on, because I'm sorry, I mean, I don't want to sound bad, but she's just human. In the book it's not said that she's the most beautiful human that there is. She's not the most powerful. The only thing that she can do that fairies cannot is lie. But if you think about it, her sister can lie as well. And another thing that I do not understand is, or not that I do not understand, is that I don't like, is the fact that she's a human, but she's not content with being a human. She wants to go up in the ranks of the fairy political world, and I guess I don't understand her motivation. I guess I could discuss or analyze her way of wanting, or the fact that she wants to become more powerful because she thinks that she needs that in order to not become like a toy for the fairies and all of the things that they can do to her. Because she's just like a human. Maybe she wants to become a fairy, and that way she doesn't have to die. I think she mentions a lot through the book the fact that humans are born dying already, and maybe that's why she wants to have more power and become either a fairy or become more powerful, so she's not under anyone and she's above someone else. I think she's a greedy person. I think she wants more. On the good side, I really loved the book. It was really fun reading it. The twists were really good, and I'm not going to lie, I have the second and third book. I'm going to read it even though I'm giving it a 2.5, maybe 3 out of 5 to this book, I am going to read the other two because again I really liked it. I somehow liked Cardan's character a lot. I don't know why, because he's not really that evolved either. His character was not as developed as I think or feel that that character should have been developed. But I'm hoping that this is one of those rare cases where the second book works on developing the characters a little bit more. When it comes to the politics also, I didn't care about it. I didn't care who got the crown, who didn't got the crown, but I liked the twist, and I liked the way that at the end Cardan got the crown. It was very powerful moment. It was a very powerful moment, and what can I say? It's a good book. I understand why people love it so much. I still have issues with some of the things that I mentioned, but that doesn't take apart from what I liked in the book. I think that one of the things that I really liked about the book was, one, the twists that had, and two, Jude as a character, as a main character. I like it when main characters are not good or good or extremely bad. There are just like regular people. Like I would take decisions just like Jude if I was in her position. So I like that. So I'm not going to give it a 5 again or a 4 because I don't think it deserves it. It was really hard top online. Thing that I do not understand, there are a lot of books better than this one and they're not as hype up. So I do not understand that. I don't get that, but I didn't like it. Like I liked it, except for those things that I talked about. So I think a 2.5, maybe a 3. 2.5 I think is good. Again, that's my opinion. That doesn't mean that I'm not gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna read it again if I someday want to read it again. So yeah, I hope that you really liked this video. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know if you are reading this book or if you had read this book and if you think the same as me or differently. Let me know. Your opinion is important. And if you're going to read it, I hope that you haven't seen this video because this video is full of spoilers.